Hey guys, it's Drac, and today we're going to be making an absolutely top tier Modulus Stryfe. It's going to be all of the potency of a tier 1 flywheel build in the compact Stryfe package and sneak its way into that Modulus lineage. Try saying that 3 times fast. Before we get started though, let's talk about our base blaster, the Nerf Stryfe. Part of the N-Strike Elite line, it's claiming ranges of up to 70 to 90 feet depending upon which version, but ultimately always falls a little bit flat. It's shipped with 6 shots and a 6 clip, and it's just a very compact flywheel build. Now that said, we're going to just turn it into something absolutely monstrous. I think that it should be a ton of fun. So to begin, we're going to have to completely gut the Nerf Stryfe. Doing so, I am utilizing a small number 0 Phillips head screwdriver to take all of the main body screws out of the Stryfe in order to butterfly it open. After doing that, we're going to start removing literally all of the internals to prepare for custom internals. That means removing everything from the flywheel cage to the locks to the jam door. And so there you have it, a completely gutted Nerf Stryfe ready for sanding and painting. So this is what the shell looks like, fully prepped and ready for painting. Now, of course, it's been sanded up to about 400 grit, and we did not sand this portion here. That's because we don't intend to paint this portion, and the factory finish is actually quite nice. Up here you can see that some other minor shell modifications have taken place, including carving out part of the battery well so that we'll be able to fit a LiPo inside, as well as carving out this back area here so that we can fit a voltmeter that'll be readable on the inside. Other than that, it's time to tape this off and get painting. Let's Modulus it up. No longer have an ideal place to paint. On you go, base coat. Away! So the gray wasn't just a primer, it's also serving as the detailing for part of this blaster, which means that after meticulously shaping and then cutting away, you can see, using an Opinel knife here because it was really thin and didn't need any sharpening, and I'm coming in like so and peeling this away. That was an awful break. Oh my gosh, there we go. Now we're back in the cut groove. That's gonna have to come down. So I don't even know why I bothered pressing and cutting this, because it doesn't want to behave at all. But you kind of see that, like, once this goes, that's what we're going for, and I've already completed it on this side. So we're getting closer to putting our white base coat on. Taking these blasters to white is difficult, but I think we're gonna make it. So it wouldn't be a Modulus paint job without just a hideous neon green stripe, and so I've taped it off in probably the least efficient manner possible, and I am ready to kind of blend up some neon green. I think I'll be able to match the color pretty closely. Alright, let's unwrap this thing, see what kind of present's inside. So at this point, the Modulus Stryfe is finished being painted, but it really needed something to give it that final touch, that bit of pizzazz. And my good friend Avery of Custom 3D Nerf printed up these vinyl logos for me. Now Rob of the SB and C did the actual design work and isolated the logos and then made the ultra sweet Drac signature, but these vinyl logos are going to be peeled, and then I'm going to use the smallest font and pressed in to give it that really professional look and feel, and then I'll put the signature logo somewhere else. It's just too cool not to use, and then we'll come over and hit it up with an automotive clear lacquer, and then it should be ready to go. So enough about the pretty outside. This blaster features the fully rebalanced number 39 Dr. Snikkas flywheel cage, which is exceptionally awesome at this point. All rewired through and around. I even took a note from other Nerfers and put in this polycarbonate shield for the battery, and then rewired all the way down here to a very snappy micro switch, which has been again fully soldered up and then set into epoxy putty. So this is how I do most of my tier 1 Stryfes, but you can see that we kept this lock, except it's no longer a lock. Now it's an always open switch controlling this voltmeter. Super cool stuff. I'll show you the outsides next and a firing demo. Alrighty guys, so this is what it would look like if there was a Modulus Stryfe, I think. This is my final version of it. So you've got all the things that make the Modulus line kind of great. You've got the lime green that's kind of obnoxious, and that super sweet logo. So the vinyl decals just took this to the absolute next level. The clear lacquer over everything means that they can't scratch off, and it actually makes this handle, which was looking pretty worn and pretty beat, shiny and new again. Now, the voltmeter is sneaky, and then back here, of course, we have my signature, also in Modulus vinyl logo form, but this 3S is running a little bit low, but I think that it's very subtle, and then again, the lime green kind of goes with the rest of the Modulus flavor and feel. I went ahead and took a Modulus clip, or a Demolisher clip, depending upon where yours came from, and loaded it up into this, but I think that this is a fully revitalized Snikkas Stryfe, just at the absolute top tier of Stryfe performance. And even though the battery tray just barely fits the LiPo, you can't tell unless you're looking at that angle exactly. So let's fire it a couple of times and just see what you guys think. So that's pretty dead on, as expected from a Snikkas Stryfe. Then as we kind of, you can see, just so clicky and responsive. I can't get over this kind of build. The one-day Stryfe was a perfect proof of concept for this, but doing it to something that like looks good and executes a fun paint job concept is just crazy cool. I'm very pleased with this overall, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I thought that it was very fun, turned out rather nice, and complements the Modulus line. This could take on any Modulus I've ever seen. I'd be very happy with those odds. So as always guys, thanks for watching. That's been the new Nerf Modulus Stryfe ECS 10, and I had a blast making it. I hope you guys enjoyed as well.